This week, we're going to chat about leading teams. Now, a team is a unit of two or more people who interact and coordinate their work to accomplish a common goal to which they are committed and hold themselves mutually accountable. Now, this definition has three components. Two or more people are required, people in a team interact regularly, and members of a team share a performance goal. To work together effectively, a team must meet several requirements. Now, although a team is a group of people, the two terms are not interchangeable. An employer can put together a group of people and never build a team. The team concept implies a sense of shared mission and collective responsibility. Functional teams and cross-functional teams are two commonly used by organizations. Self-management teams also increase employee participation. Now, a functional team is comprised of a manager and subordinates in the formal chain of command. The team is also called a command team and may include 3 or 4 different levels within a single functional department. A financial analyst department, a quality control department, and an accounting department are all examples of these command teams. Now, a cross-functional team is comprised of employees from about the same hierarchical level, but from different areas of expertise. Task force and special purpose teams are types of cross-functional teams. Now, task force is a group of employees from different departments formed to deal with a specific activity, existing only until the task is completed. Special purpose teams are also called project teams, and they're created outside the formal organization structure to undertake a project of special importance or creativity. Companies use special purpose teams to speed up development of a special project. These fast cycle teams are given the freedom and resources to complete projects. Now, self-managed teams are a little bit different. Employee involvement through teams increases the participation of lower-level workers in decision-making about their jobs. With the goal of improving performance, employee involvement started out with techniques such as information sharing with employees or asking employees for suggestions about improving the work. Self-managed teams consist of 5 to 20 multi-skilled workers who rotate jobs to produce an entire product or service, or at least one complete aspect or portion of a product or service. The team works with minimal supervision. The most effective self-managed teams are those that are fully empowered. Self-managed teams typically include 3 elements. The combined skills are sufficient to perform a major organizational task. The team has access to the resources necessary to perform the complete task. The team is empowered with decision-making authority to complete the task. Now, there are 3 primary reasons teams present a dilemma for most people. We have to give up our independence. When people become a part of a team, their success depends on the team's success. Therefore, they are dependent on how well other people perform, not just on their own individual initiative and actions. 2, we have to put up with free riders. Now, the term free rider refers to a team member who attains benefits from being a part of the team, but does not actively participate in or contribute to the team's work. And then lastly, teams are sometimes dysfunctional. Many teams have great success, but others experience significant failure. The ways in which teams are managed plays the most crucial role in determining how well they function. Now, there are 5 common dysfunctions of teams, including lack of trust, fear of conflict, lack of commitment, avoidance of accountability, and inattention to results. Now, work team effectiveness is based on 3 outcomes: productive output, which is the quality and quantity of task outputs as defined by the team goals; personal satisfaction, the team's ability to meet the personal needs of its members to maintain that membership and commitment; and the capacity to adapt and learn, the ability of teams to bring greater knowledge and skills to job tasks and enhance that potential of the organization to respond to new threats and opportunities. Now, the factors that influence team effectiveness begin with organizational context in which the team operates. The leadership, strategy, environment, culture, and even the reward system. Managers define teams within that context. Important team characteristics are the type of team and team composition. Now, these team characteristics influence processes internal to the team, which affect output, satisfaction, and the team's contribution to the organizational adaptability. Now, good team leaders understand and manage stages of team development, cohesiveness, norms, and conflict to establish an effective team. Now, a virtual team is a group made up of geographically or organizationally dispersed members linked primarily through advanced information and telecommunication technologies. Though some virtual teams include only organizational members, they may also include contingent workers, members of partner organizations, customers, suppliers, or even consultants. Now, members can use email, video conferencing, and other internet technologies to collaborate, although they meet face-to-face as well. Many virtual teams are also global teams. Now, global teams are cross-border teams made up of members of different nationalities whose activities span multiple countries. Global teams can present enormous challenges for leaders who have to bridge the gap of time, distance, and culture. Now, one advantage of a virtual team is the ability to assemble the best group to complete the complex project, solve a problem, or exploit a strategic opportunity. The success of virtual teams depends on using technology to build that relationship, shape culture through technology, and monitoring progress and rewarding members. The diverse mix of people can fuel creativity and innovation. Now, organizations can save employees time and cut travel expenses when people meet in a virtual rather than physical space, as we've seen in the last 6 weeks. Carefully selecting team members, building trust, sharing information are also critical to success. Virtual teams are highly flexible and dynamic. Team leadership is typically shared or altered depending on the area of expertise needed at each stage of that project. The team membership may change quickly depending on the tasks as well. Some critical areas managers should focus on in leading those virtual teams include using technology to build that relationship, shaping culture through technology, and monitoring progress and rewarding its members. Managers design teams for effectiveness. Team characteristics of concern include team size, diversity, and member roles. Now, numerous studies have found that smaller teams perform better than larger teams. Although most researchers also say it's impossible to specify an optimal team size, teams need to be large enough to incorporate the diverse skills needed to complete the task, enable members to express good and bad feelings, and aggressively solve those problems. However, they should also be small enough to permit each member to feel like an intimate part of the team and to communicate effectively and efficiently. In general, as a team increases in size, it becomes harder for each member to interact and influence others. Now, research also shows that diverse teams are more innovative. In addition, diversity may contribute to a healthy level of conflict that leads to better decision making. Recent research also shows that both functional diversity and gender diversity can have a positive impact on that work performance. Racial, national, and ethnic diversity can also be good for teams. But in the short term, these differences might hinder team interaction and performance. With effective leadership, though, these problems can fade away. And lastly, member roles. For a team to be successful, it must maintain its members' social well-being and accomplish its task. The requirements for task performance and social satisfaction are met by the emergence of two types of roles: task specialist and socio-emotional. Now, people who play the task specialist role help the team reach its goals and often have the following behaviors: initiate ideas, give opinions, seek information, summarize, and energize. Employees who adopt a socio-emotional role support team members' emotional needs and strengthen the social entity. They tend to encourage, harmonize, reduce tension, follow, and compromise.